So my name is Kevin. What inspired this cocktail was the venue, my love for science, and bartending as well. I felt like I was always struggle to show myself creatively, and bartending gave me that outlet. It's a riff on a Tom Collins. I wanted to bring an elevated experience to it, but something that was still crisp and refreshing that you could enjoy next to a pool. I went with 2 ounces of the Empress Gin, the Indigo, as the staple for the cocktail. I wanted to bring out the floral notes out of it, so to do that, I paired it with the watermelon mint syrup. It brings out the grapefruit peel, brings out the coriander, it brings out the juniper, all the botanicals, and the Empress Gin. But at the same time, it allows it to have that aromatic scent to it and still be anchored into the cocktail, and you don't lose the watermelon flavor. The clarified lemon juice I used was to keep that clarification through the mint syrup, and the lemon juice also gave me that outlet of messing around with things, being creative, and combining my love of science for it. And then the vermouth, the bianco vermouth, it just added more body to it, kept it layered, kept it alive throughout every sip from beginning to end. And then the garnish is preferably caramelized, but I let it sit with sugar to still give it that sweet flavor from Hispanic culture, and it allows it to still have that watermelon fresca flavor to it. And then I dusted it with ají to give more of that culture, more of that street food that we enjoy. And so yeah, that's what inspired everything for this cocktail.
Before the judges get into their questions, I got a question for you. Now, I was standing here and I was watching you make that cocktail right over there, and I had noticed that you had actually stirred your cocktail. A lot of the bartenders with the Tom Collins riff, they've been shaking all of their ingredients, minus soda, obviously. So kind of go in, if you don't mind, kind of go into your thought process for that.
So the reason for the stirring wasn't my original plan. The original plan was actually to shake the drink, but the more I kept trying to mess around with the specs, the more I kept trying to bring out my vision to life, I felt like shaking it wasn't the way to go. And that's why I took advice from Gabe. He told me, you don't need to shake it, stir it, see what that brings out of it. Because we also struggled with shaking it, either the watermelon was getting hidden, or the mint was getting hidden, or the juniper would get hidden from the botanicals. So we went with the stir method, and that's where the bianco also came in, to be able to keep that juniper and all those citruses alive from the Empress. And then as well, the stirring kept it that nice clarification color and still allowed the Empress Gin to show out.
So what do you feel like the bushel of mint is doing for this drink?
So the bushel of mint was to give it that scent, give it an aroma, keep it light, crisp, refreshing. And then as well, it was so it connected the gin and the watermelon together, and again, neither would be lost at any point throughout the sip.
And I'm sorry if you already said this, but like, what personal connection do you have to this cocktail?
Growing up, drinking aguas frescas all the time, street food, it was something that I really enjoyed when I was a kid, doing with my family. And then again, the clarification process allowed me to test out different methods, and it brought that connection to me through my love of science. I've always loved science, and then again, creativity. Always struggled to show my creativity, and then bartending came along.
I
can understand why you stir it instead of shaking it, because even if you're using lemon juice and watermelon, you clarify with, and if you will shake it, you will lose that flavor powerful that you needed.
Yeah.
After you put the Topo Chico. For me, I really like it, and I like that you pair it with the watermelon, because you don't have that taste in the drink that much. So you give it to the customer the chance to bring it and make it more powerful with each bite.
Yeah.
So,
and that was also the plan.
Nice move.
I wanted the garnish to be on the side, so on the cocktail you still never lost that Tom Collins profile to it.
Yeah, he kind of stole what. That's why you don't talk to people about what you're going to say, because you just took everything from me. So thanks, Gustavo. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the exact rule is as far as like when to shake and when to stir, when not to stir. If it's cloudy, I know you got to shake it. It's got citrus in it. Since you clarified both of the citrus elements here, then yeah, you can absolutely stir this drink, and I think it's better off for it that you did that. So I like that touch. as far as, and I'm glad that they brought it up and said that you had done that because I wasn't paying attention. But I think it's really good. A little too much mint on the garnish, but I like that it's there on the nose. So yeah, all in all, I'm enjoying it. I can't drink too much of it. Butterfly pea flower and I don't get along, but I am sipping on it. So
I don't think it's a rule that you have to shake it. I mean, if it has it, but if you have to shake it, you can like slow shake it.
yeah.
You don't have to like crazy shake it so you lose.
Surrounded me with a bunch of bartenders.
So one thing I will say, presentation-wise, listen, fam, you like bars? This is what you get. So one thing I will say, presentation-wise, you have like a sticky substance that you're having us pick up. One thing I would recommend is bringing like moist towelettes, maybe as your garnish or something, and put it on like a little pin as a funny, because like now my hands are sticky and I don't know how to get rid of it other than licking them. And bushel of mint is very like tiki-esque. And I understand it, but I'm the kind of person who, if there's an unnecessary garnish to a drink, I'll just take it and toss it out.
Yeah.
And if there wasn't a straw, I wouldn't have been able to push it back, which I had my own straw. You didn't bring me a straw. So like that's one thing that I would recommend is think about how your garnishes are affecting the actual drinking process. Because if I go to drink a drink and there's just mint in my nose, that's kind of annoying, right?
Yeah.
But overall, I think the drink is fantastic and the flavors are there. And one thing I think that this drink did that the other ones didn't is I don't have a cloying effect in my mouth. Like it's finished really nicely and very crisp and very clean. I don't have this syrupy thing in my throat. So
Yeah, super impressive, man.
Thank you.